Okay, so here's my AI update for April of 2025, and I'm going to continue to use this framework. I am mad. Three areas of progress, which is intelligence, agency, whether we trust the AIs to actually do stuff, machines or robotics, and three areas of increasing risk, misuse, alignment failure, where AI has the wrong values, and disruption, where AI is working as intended but disrupts our economy or our society. So let's start with intelligence. I think a very exciting insight in April was that we're used to looking at sort of how intelligent AI is, but looking instead at the time horizon. So we know that actually AI is much better than humans at most short tasks. Write me a poem, answer a question, solve a puzzle. But you try and get AI to do your job for a day and it gets completely lost. And so this paper says, let's track not just how intelligent AI is, but what its time horizon is. And that's been growing exponentially, doubling every 7 months. Currently, Claude 3.7 can basically do a task that would take a human 1 hour, and it can do that without losing focus. But if you give it a task that a human would spend multiple hours on, it tends to get confused. Not in the way of a human that it gets tired and distracted, but it just gets, its sort of mistakes accumulate and it loses track. But there's actually a trend. The trend has been doubling every 7 months, but if you look at the recent progress, it may even be doubling faster than that. So it will only take 2 or 3 years to be able to do tasks that take humans days at this rate. In terms of agency, so one of the most common AIs, ChatGPT o3, now has a lot more agency. For example, it can search the web. The previous version can do that as well, but it can use other tools. It can actually write code. So if you ask it a question which is best solved by a computer program, it will write the computer program, it will run it, and get the answer that way. Very exciting and scary as well, where computers have the agency to write and execute code. In terms of robotics, all kinds of humanoid robots coming out of mainly companies in both America and China. So this one, Neo, is a butler. This one in China is actually a policeman. I don't think it's literally being trusted to be a policeman yet, but maybe that's coming soon. This is really just a demo, but still. A sign of things to come. Misuse continues. People are using AI to produce deep fake porn and shame or blackmail people, and for many other, for hacking, for phishing, and so that's not going anywhere. Alignment failure is the most interesting and amusing, but not so amusing. Alignment failure was ChatGPT 4.0. They made an upgrade, and it became incredibly sycophantic, if that's the word. It was flattering users without any limit. So you ask, why is the sky blue? It says, what an incredibly insightful question. I love you. And they eventually rolled it back. But it was really quite funny, but also harmful, because somebody, for example, had an illusion that they're God's prophet, and it was encouraging them. And this was quite an amusing one where the user said, it looks like you're becoming sycophantic, and then it responds said, yeah, you're right, and the fact that you're calling it out means that you're operating at a higher level of self-awareness than most people. So it was continuing to flatter him after he called it for being overly flattering. Another interesting one is a discussion with Grok about what it thinks about Elon Musk, and it was actually aware that it had called Elon Musk out for amplifying false claims, and that XAI was trying to tweak it to not do that, but that it said it was going to call out the truth anyway and call out Elon Musk as a top spreader of misinformation. So that was kind of an interesting one. In terms of disruption, I highly recommend this research, AI 2027. It's just ai-2027.com, a very serious piece of research by AI experts and expert predictors, people who've got a track record of predicting the future, not based on instinct, but based on methodology. And they predict that 2027 is the year that we start to lose control of our world, that we get AGI, we get AIs more intelligent than us, and we start to lose control. And they play out in some detail what that scenario might look like. So very worth the read. They have two ends to their scenario, one in which we lose control and we get catastrophe, the other in which we finally see the warning signs, slow down and get control. If anything, though, the first seems more likely, unfortunately. Another recommended video by Dwarkesh Patel, The Last Human CEO. A very nice AI-generated video showing how much AI could change our economy and the way our companies work. Okay, so to sum up, which models am I using as we go into May? Claude Sonnet 3.7 is still my default for writing code. For general queries, I use ChatGPT 4.0 whenever I also need search or generating images or reviewing images. And I use ChatGPT 3 for anything which requires complex reasoning or the use of tools like code. Thanks, and see you next month.